What's going on, peeps? My name is Simon and you're watching Soundwave TV, transforming your video experience. This is the last day of Black History Month, and I wanted to share with you a little Black History moment from my life, my local area. I want to talk about Nat Irvin, and he was the first person to integrate Paul Knox Middle School, which is part of the Aiken County school system. And this is way back in the 60s, and it was supposed to be 10. Yeah, the people in his church at the time, they're going to be 10 to integrate. Had the Little Rock 9, but it ended up being just Dr. Irvin by himself. And I learned from him that you have to stand up for what's right. Sometimes you got to stand up by yourself. And we're all the kids today, like, they're worried about being popular. He just worried about surviving, and he didn't have a lot of friends. He just had one or two friends, one girl, and that was it. He had to go through a very probably lonely experience, starting out. And he was in band. He wanted to play an instrument, but the conductor wanted him to play I Wish I Was in Dixie. We know the Confederate battle song. The Confederates was fighting to keep slavery on. So it was like, nah, they can't really rock with that. So, being a middle schooler, he just decided, I'm going to be out of the band program because of that insistence on playing that song. And all these years later, he spoke at my middle school, because I went to Paul Knox Middle as well. And I didn't make the connection because my English teacher, she was telling this is going to be like the keynote speaker for our Black History program at Paul Knox. And I said, I know somebody named Irvin, and turns out it was Dr. Nat Irvin was the eldest son of my pastor at the time, Nathaniel Irvin, who was the pastor at Old Storm Branch Baptist Church out in Clearwater, little ways up the road from my house. And I had to present an award when I was a student council president at the time, and another girl, Marilyn Ponder, one of my classmates, sweet girl. She had A's forever, so she had one of the top class averages. So her and myself, we were giving these awards to Dr. Irvin when he came to speak, and Dr. Irvin was so happy to see somebody that was African American be student council president, because at the time, how long it had been to they didn't even want blacks at the school. They didn't have someone who's black leading up to student council, and I got into student council just because I wanted, to help people, I wanted, do like community service and some of the stuff, and it was a big deal to the people that went to my church. I didn't realize how big a deal it was to them, because again, a lot of them came up during slavery. Well, not slavery. I'm talking about slavery. I'm talking about civil rights, Jim Crow, and was on their parents and grandparents were probably during slavery, but they came up during Jim Crow and during sharecropping and all that. And to see somebody, somebody young, somebody African American wanted to take that role when they didn't even want blacks in the school was a big deal. So, and Dr. Irvin, after he integrated North Augusta schools, he went on. And he's a college professor and a writer now. He's a very good writer. A lot of his writings are online. Just look up Dr. Nat Irvin. He's headed up the MBA program at Wake Forest University, and he's also, most recently that I know of, he was teaching at the University of Louisville out in Kentucky. So, Dr. Nat Irvin, very important person in the Aiken County history, lore, somebody who integrated North Augusta public schools, and someone who's very important to my church, someone very important to myself. You know, I've had a chance to hear him speak many times, and a very wise, patient person, and that's just my little Black History spotlight talk I want to give to you guys. Anyway, what is somebody from your local area? You know, we always know about Martin and Malcolm, but do we know about some of the lesser known figures? You know, leave in the comments down below. And don't forget to thumbs up this video and subscribe to the channel if you're so inclined. Until next time, this is Soundwave signing off. Peace.